Get ready, fight fans. Jon Jones is demanding $30 million from the UFC, and he's not the first champion to ask for his release. We're diving deep into the history of UFC champions demanding their freedom and what happened next. Then, get this, the FBI is bringing in UFC legends like Justin Gaethje and Jorge Masvidal for a historic training seminar at Quantico. We've got all the details on this unprecedented partnership. And in the octagon, heavyweight Steven Asplund has a personal score to settle with Vitor Petrino, fueled by a family rivalry. He's not holding back on his intentions. Finally, we're breaking down every single fight at UFC Vegas 114, giving you the picks, predictions, and prop bets you need to know. Don't miss a second of the action. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
UFC champion demands record-breaking payday. Jon Jones, the heavyweight king, is reportedly holding out for a staggering $30 million from the UFC, a demand that has sent shockwaves through the fight world. This isn't the first time a UFC champion has asked for their release over contract disputes, and it sets the stage for a high-stakes negotiation. Sources indicate that Jones turned down a $15 million offer, holding firm on his $30 million demand. His future with the promotion remains uncertain, especially after he wasn't included on the UFC White House card. This situation echoes past conflicts where champions have clashed with the UFC over compensation and career direction. We've seen this play out before with fighters like Francis Ngannou, who eventually left the UFC after a prolonged contract standoff and signed with the PFL, later moving to MVP. George's St-Pierre also declared himself a free agent in 2016, leading to a dispute that was eventually resolved with his return and middleweight title win. Jose Aldo famously asked for his release in 2016 when a desired fight didn't materialize, yet he remained with the UFC, regained the title, and had a lengthy career before multiple retirements. Demetrius Johnson was traded to one championship after seeking his release, feeling his flyweight reign was underpromoted. Even BJ Penn, in the early days, was stripped of his title and signed with K1, only to return after a settlement. The historical pattern suggests the UFC rarely lets its champions walk away on their own terms. Fans are buzzing about whether Jon Jones will be the next champion to defy the odds or if the UFC's leverage will prevail, as it has in most cases. The outcome could set a new precedent for fighter negotiations. Will Jon Jones make history as the next UFC champion to walk away on his terms? Stick around as we reveal how the FBI is teaming up with UFC legends for an exclusive training seminar. FBI agents to train with UFC champions in historic seminar. In an unprecedented move, the FBI is bringing some of the biggest names in mixed martial arts to its training academy at Quantico, Virginia. FBI Director Kash Patel confirmed that UFC fighters will conduct a historic seminar for FBI agents and students, focusing on advanced combat techniques. This groundbreaking event features an elite roster of UFC talent, including interim lightweight champion Justin Gaethje, BMF champion Jorge Masvidal, former middleweight champion Chris Weidman, top contenders Claudia Gadelha and Michael Chandler, flyweight contender Manel Kape, and MMA legend Renzo Gracie. They will be joined by UFC matchmaker Mick Maynard to share their expertise, demonstrating crucial techniques and tactics vital for agents preparing for fieldwork. Patel hailed the partnership as a tremendous opportunity for agents to learn from world-class athletes, enhancing their preparedness to protect the American people. UFC CEO Dana White expressed his respect for the FBI and pride in his fighters, calling them some of the baddest men and women on the planet. This collaboration, months before the highly anticipated UFC Freedom 250 event at the White House, underscores a unique synergy between law enforcement and elite sports. The announcement has generated significant excitement, with many praising the initiative as a smart move to equip law enforcement with practical, high-level combat skills derived from the highest levels of MMA. This partnership is truly historic, but the fight world is also buzzing about a personal vendetta brewing in the heavyweight division. Find out why Steven Asplund feels he can chin Vitor Petrino this Saturday. Heavyweight showdown fueled by family feud. Steven Asplund is ready to make a statement at UFC Vegas 114, and he's not just fighting for a win, he's fighting for family honor against Vitor Petrino. Asplund, who earned his spot in the UFC via Dana White's Contender Series in 2025, carries a unique personality and a compelling backstory, including a significant weight loss journey. His upcoming bout against Petrino isn't just another fight, it's personal. Asplund revealed there's history because Petrino defeated his brother, Thomas Peterson, late last year. "I feel like watching Vitor get chinned in that fight, I'll definitely be able to chin this mother f*** seeker," Asplund declared. He accepted the fight immediately upon hearing Petrino's name, even admitting he was pissed drunk at a Rascal Flatts concert when the offer came. Despite a hand injury sidelining him, Asplund has been eager to return and showcase his skills, aiming for a path similar to Sean O'Malley's early career. He humorously described Petrino as a monster who looks like The Rock, setting up a stark contrast between their physiques but a shared intensity for the fight. Fans are rallying behind Asplund's raw motivation, viewing this as a classic underdog story with a deeply personal stake. This heavyweight clash promises fireworks, but that's not all we're previewing this week. Get ready for our complete breakdown of UFC Vegas 114, with predictions and prop bets for every fight. UFC Vegas 114, every fight, every pick. Get your fight cards ready. We're diving deep into every bout on the stacked 14-fight card at UFC Vegas 114, bringing you the insights, predictions, and betting angles you need to dominate your fantasy leagues and betting sheets. The event features a mix of rematches, rising contenders, and veteran showdowns. In the women's bantamweight division, a rematch between Sam Hughes and Norma Dumont sees Dumont as the favorite despite Hughes' recent win streak, as Dumont secured a decisive victory less than 4 years ago. The flyweight division sees Lewin Lacerda facing off against Vinicius Sosa, with Sosa's aggression and wrestling highlighted as key advantages. Montserrat Rendon's striking prowess will be tested against the submission skills of Priscilla Cachoeira, who is expected to dominate on the ground. The middleweight bout between Kelvin Anders and Brad Tavares is predicted to favor Anders due to Tavares' recent TKO losses and perceived decline. In another middleweight clash, Albert Durev's wrestling is expected to be a deciding factor against Dallin Jiang. Heavyweight contender Jailton Almeida is favored against Alexander Romanov, with Almeida's well-rounded game and submission threat posing significant challenges. The co-main event sees Jack Della Maddalena facing off against Gilbert Burns, with Maddalena's striking power and recent form making him a strong favorite. The main event features a lightweight showdown between Arman Tsarukyan and Charles Oliveira, with Tsarukyan's wrestling and pressure expected to give him the edge against the former champion. Analysts are particularly focused on the main event, with Tsarukyan's relentless pressure seen as a major threat to Oliveira's submission game. The card also includes intriguing matchups like Steven Asplund versus Vitor Petrino, where Asplund's personal motivation is a key talking point. We've covered the biggest stories in the fight world, from contract disputes to international collaborations and personal rivalries. Don't go anywhere. We're about to wrap it all up with a lightning round recap and your full call to action. And that's a wrap on an explosive news cycle. Jon Jones is demanding a massive payday, the FBI is training with UFC legends, Steven Asplund has a personal vendetta in the cage, and we broke down every fight at UFC Vegas 114. Don't miss out on any of the action, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on all social media platforms for more exclusive fight content.